I forgot to mute my mic. This is the time that I let the intro play and I clear my throat a lot, but apparently, hold on. Alright. Glad nobody could hear that. Now I could do my welcome. No one will be the wiser. Hello everybody and welcome to Lawyer Plays Live, not baseball, Nick. I thought you'd appreciate this. More not baseball. I was just sitting here not clearing my throat loudly into a microphone. How is everybody doing? All one of everyone. How you doing, Nick? It's been a long week for me. It's been a busy week. And Kara the Shapeshifter. Skyrim is best played on the PC and Xbox because the mods aren't limited. Yeah, but a little... I agree. But I will say I've had some mod misadventures this week because I don't have a lot of time to play right now. And I got to a point where I didn't put a ton of mods, but I've been adding graphical mods. And at one point, my game seemed to get unstable. And I almost rage quit Skyrim. And actually, Nick, I also started brushing up Fallout 4 again, too. And I was playing with some graphical mods in there. And they do have a Start Another Life mod for Fallout 4. So I launched myself as like some vault enthusiast who's hanging around the vault where you start the game. So I could just run around the outside and see what things look like. All your PC parts came in. Dropped it off at your friend's place. Nice, man. I forget. Did you post specs somewhere of what you're putting together? And how soon your friend gonna have it? Do you think he'll have it put it together this weekend or something? That's cool, man. Getting a new PC is so exciting. So exciting. So, and also on the you don't have Fallout 4? I guess if you've been playing everything on console, the good news is if you're patient, you can usually find Fallout 4 really cheap. Like the complete edition, you can get it for pretty cheap if you catch it on sale. In fact, I'm gonna look right now. Just curious. Use my special thing that I use to look things up. It's cold and snowy out here. Hello, Matus. How you doing? Gary, would you like to pretend it's cold and snowy where you are? Join in the fantasy, my friend. Of course, in Oregon, it's like... I think the high today was 82. Let's see. Fallout 4. I got Fallout 4 for base for $16.99. That's not a very good deal. They've got a Game of the Year edition for $25.99. Also not a very good deal. Clockwork. Oh, I've heard about Clockwork, Kara. I haven't, I never downloaded it because I don't know why I didn't download it. Is it something like it's not good for brand new characters? I want to say there's some mods that were story mods that were not good for new characters. And by the time I discovered it, I was starting new games. Like I played and beat all the DLCs and everything, all the faction quest, everything in Skyrim long before I ever started being a streamer. And I sort of brushed off the game again as a streamer because it's just kind of fun to wander around in Skyrim for a stream. It's just it can be a pretty mellow thing. So yeah, there's certain mods. I'd always enter the mod market since I started streaming with like as I go along mods that either you have to do. I try to watch out for mods that you have to do a fresh install for. Like some mods say if you install it, you have to start a new game. So I kind of watch out for those. But for like story adventure mods, I don't come out the gates with all of them. I always add Indigo. That's the one I have to have always. Oh, you missed the summer sale? Lightning had other plans. Okay. And EB23. Got a huge bonus paycheck. I'm happy to hear that, EV23. And the next paycheck will be another bonus, even bigger. Well, Evie, I'd say you certainly earned it. You're working retail in Texas during all of this? Yeah, you've earned some hazard pay, I'd say. Indigo's my favorite, Kara. Indigo is probably hands down my favorite mod, period. He's like, I don't have a character with him right now. I got a new PC at the end of last year too, so I basically had to scrap all of my saves. So I'm starting over, and probably tonight I'll decide. I started a character last week just because I randomly just wanted to play Skyrim, but I wasn't sure. I used the start another life mod, and at Nick's recommendation, I did the one where you're beat up and left for dead, where it randomly just puts you somewhere. And it started me on Solstheim, and I'm trapped there. You need 250 gold just to take a boat back to Skyrim. And then some people were saying if somehow a mod makes you start the game at level 1 in Solstheim, it actually breaks the DLC somehow. So, kind of thinking I might start over again. Although it was fun being penniless in Solstheim and trying to figure out how to get 250 gold so I go back to the mainland. It was an interesting challenge. Maybe we'll take a vote. The same thing happened to you? Did it break your Solstheim? I don't know if it's broken DLC out here, Matus. I mean, not that I'm... You know the way I play Skyrim, I'm not exactly trying to... I'm no completionist. We'll just say that as a streamer. Because I did all my completioning before I streamed it. You know, the reason I stream a game like Skyrim is because I already played it for like 500 hours. And like the first time as I played it, I wouldn't have streamed it because I would have been too selfish to be immersed in the experience. You can make Left 4 Dead again. See, that's what I was thinking. Maybe just recreate the character and do it again. Adam Park. Well, I'm glad you could make it, buddy. How you doing? Let's see. Nick. Okay, I just was wondering if you circled back about the specs, but then you said the specs might as well be Chinese. That's I just realized I need to wipe my glasses down. Well, that's right, Chauncey. Chauncey's awake right now. We just had dinner, didn't we? She had to have her alpha share. She's the alpha. And where's my... Here we go. Anytime I eat, she might be totally sleeping and quiet or anything else, but as soon as she detects that I'm eating something, she puts on a little show, because obviously I forgot to give her the alpha share. Which is, you know how in the pack, the alpha eats before all the rest of the pack. The rest of the animals have to wait till the alpha has consumed its share before they're allowed to have some. Well, she thinks she's the alpha in our pack. All right. Only 500? I don't know what it was. Actually, when I started streaming, it's probably even maybe a little less than 500, Matus. I'm not one of the hardcore ones. Your favorite mods are JoJo reference mods, such as where you get to halt time. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Or if I've looked at a lot of mods. I've researched a lot of mods over the years, so I probably have forgotten more than I know now. Doing good. Glad to hear it, Mr. Adam Park. And there's Cheesy Horde. You made it again. This is 2 for 2, buddy. I almost thought about playing baseball tonight, but my week, I've been so stressed out. I've been working like 10 or 11 hour days. It's just crazy. Like, it was one of those things where earlier today, I'm just like, oh, probably when I get off work, I'm just gonna eat and go to sleep. But I decided I wouldn't make an announcement that I was canceling the stream, because I did that last week and then I ended up streaming anyway. So here I am streaming, but I'm tired. I'm going into it tired. I'm going into it that my voice is already a little hoarse. So I will offer an opening disclaimer that this may not Well, it was the last time I streamed till almost midnight. That was crazy. I was so tired last Friday. Screw you guys for making me stream that much. You guys pushed me into it. You think it's funny. Then I stream till until midnight, and then I'm sleepy in the morning when I go to work. You had some trouble at work. You missed 3 days in a row with a sinus infection. They told you the next call would be your last? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate that. I mean, I don't know. I've been in jobs that were strict about attendance before. And not that my job doesn't care about attendance, but they're not... Some jobs I know they're very much like, hey, every 12 you have a 12-month rolling period. And if you call in sick more than 5 times in that 12-month rolling period, bad things are going to happen. It's like, what the hell? Terraria, 1,500 hours on record. That game never caught with me. I bought it like when it was new, and I played it for a couple hours, and it just never sunk its hooks into me. But I will attest to the fact that people I know that do get into it play the crap out of it. They kept telling you to get tested for COVID. Did you get tested? Oh, if it was antibiotics cleared it up, that's probably not COVID. So wait, they let you come to work if you're having illness symptoms? They let you come to work without getting tested? I don't know, I thought some places were really strict about if anyone has any kind of illnesses, they have to be cleared before they can come in. JoJo Bizarre's Adventure. Are there vampires? Oh, no, I don't know if I know that one. I've played a few extra content mods, but not a lot of them. I think the big one I played, I can't remember the name. And I know I just saw it recently. It's where you leave out, there's like a portal or a tunnel that they put in around Riften, and you can go and it's a whole different, like, it's a landmass that's not part of any game. It's still supposed to be part of the world, but it's not like a region like Morrowind or anything like that. And it's a whole adventure. It's really well done. But now, what's the point if I can't remember it? I'm like, yeah, it's great. I can't remember what it's called. Best Skyrim quest mods. I'm sure it'll come up like on a top list. No, Enderhall is a total conversion. Enderhall is another one. And Enderhall, I've never finished Enderhall. I need to get into that. But Enderhall, the reason I don't stream Enderhall is A, I want to experience the story first. And I've streamed it a couple times just to show you guys. But Enderhall is also a lot more linear and story driven. Now I know there's Beyond Skyrim, and that's, I haven't tried yet. I want to try it. I want to do that. I don't remember though, it's been around for a while. Falkscar, yes. Adam Park, yes. That's it. That I played again probably before I was a streamer. It's been around for a long time because I started streaming in 2015. It would have been before that. But I was super impressed with Falkscar. It was really good. Enderhall is really good too. Enderhall. Preach you so much. You told you do the COVID. They aren't counting absences. Wait a minute, but then they said if you called off sick again, you're fired? But at first they said they're not counting absences, and then they tell you... I'm confused now. But it doesn't sound like you want to call in sick anymore. Is there a mod that does that, Cheesy Horde? I don't know. There's mods that turn dragons into other stuff, like Randy Savage. You think you killed your Xbox power unit? Oh no. That's probably possible. I think that's one of the reasons. Isn't that one of the reasons Sony is so weird about, like, they let you mod a little bit, but they're afraid people are gonna blow up their console and like sue them or something. I mean, that's what my impression is. They don't trust people to not push the PS4 past its abilities, so they're just like, nope, we're not gonna. You can only have 2 mods at a time. Into trains, okay. Like, what's that guy's name? Tommy the Choo-Choo, or that cartoon train, right? Yeah, the DLC mods are pretty good. I'm trying to think if there were any other. I got Skyrim Underground, which was kind of interesting. I thought it was just going to be an underground network connecting the cities, but there was surprisingly a lot going on down there. And I'm trying to remember, I think there may have been quests down there. I just know that it was surprisingly huge. It's a bit confusing, so avoid call. Yeah, at the point anyone tells you next time it will be your last, I wouldn't mess around with that message if I could help it. I mean, obviously, if you get sick, you call in sick. But I mean, definitely got to make sure. That's a bad thing to tell you during a pandemic, though, if they don't want people coming in with COVID. Like, oh, if you're sick again and you don't come in, then you're fired. It's like, well, guess I'll come in no matter what then, huh? I'll just bring the whole plague on everyone. So I'm glad you did get tested and were negative, though. I've been having like a post-nasal sore throat thing this week and like headaches, but I think it's because I'm working all the time. Like yesterday, literally, I got up, turned my computer on, started working. Like I made my coffee, had my smoothie, and turned the computer on, started working. I worked all day. I stopped working around 7:30, 8, and then I went to bed. And then this morning I started doing it again. And days like that, I just end up like, I get headaches and I get tired. I think I also forget to drink as much fluids as I should, so I probably get dehydrated. So, and then also it was warm, so I was running my AC the whole time too. So all that stuff is like, I have some symptoms that could be like a cold symptoms, but I'm pretty sure it's just from other stuff having to do with my environment. Doesn't allow voice acting in the Creation Club kits. It's because there's no voice acting allowed in PS. Wow, really? So they have to, the Creation Club has to stay lock and step with PS4's restrictions. That's interesting. That's one of the things too. One of the big gripes that PC gamers have against consoles is at a certain point in the 2000s, when the game developers started developing games cross-platform, they really started reining in some of the game design to accommodate consoles. So like the biggest one I remember is you remember the Thief series? That was one of my favorite series back in the 2000s. Thief 1, Thief 2, and both of those had these huge environments and no loading screens. I mean, when you would go into a new area, there would be, but you'd be within like a cathedral. I remember there was one in a cathedral, and it had the whole cathedral and upstairs and a basement and a dungeon underneath, and it was all one big level. You got into it, and it was all one place. And then they came out with Thief Deadly Shadows, which was basically like Thief 3, and it was still a good game, but everything was instanced into like, oh, there's like like 100 yards of a city street, but if you go through the gateway to the next street, you have to load different screen. And when you go into a dungeon, it's like, oh, there's one room and a couple hallways, but if you go through the door, it loads another area separately. And I was like, where the hell is a big walking into a cathedral and being in a giant place? That was the first time I remember. Wait, what is that?
What's that? Is that hunting? I think I see it.
This kind of creepy me coming off scratch. I just ring the microphone. Is that Hunty with the eyeballs? Hey Station 82. Mass Effect 2 was restricted because of consoles. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with Mass Effect 2 though. So whatever they did there, or maybe I was just sort of used to it at that point. So I don't remember playing Mass Effect 2 and going, damn, consoles ruined Mass Effect 2. Brad, hunger for dongers. It's not baseball, Brad. I know you're disappointed. I actually did think about playing baseball. When I was gearing up to stream and having dinner, I actually watched a little bit of my last baseball stream. Sometimes I do that to remember, especially the whole soul crushing thing. It's kind of entertaining to watch. Watch myself stream a game to convince myself whether I want to stream it or not. Is that narcissistic? I don't know. Maybe I should see a shrink about that. Because then Brad's like, well, what the fuck, man? Look at I put out episodes every day. If you want to watch somebody playing baseball, watch my damn. Don't watch your own. You were there. It's you. Subnautica. Oh my god. No, I love Subnautica, Kara. I played a bunch of Subnautica on this channel. And in fact, I bought the Zero... Is it Below Zero? What the new one's called? When I beat Subnautica, I was so jonesing for more that I bought it. And that's still in early access, so it's incomplete. And, oh, that was probably about 6 months ago. It was I think it was some point last year. And I played that. Basically, I played all the content that they had on it. Almost. I know there's certain areas like above ground areas, I didn't explore everything. Below Zero, okay. I love Subnautica. Subnautica is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite like crafting survival type games of all time. And you're right. Like people wouldn't look at it as a survival horror game, but when you're down in the depths and it's dark, and ooh, yeah, it definitely gets under your skin in a way that a lot of horror games don't even do. Like I compared him to games like Resident Evil, and a lot of those is just about, here, you're in this room and there's a guy with a chainsaw and you only have 10 square feet to dodge it. Go have a good fight, and then you're fighting it's like boss after boss. But, well, I'll say Resident Evil does do atmosphere really good. I'm gonna grant that. But a lot of what makes horror games scary is just like the throwing something big and ugly at you that's like super hard to beat. And Subnautica's, yeah, getting down there in the depths when it's dark, and especially if you don't know where you're going, and it's good stuff. I think that's true. Are you talking about in the main game? I know they put things out on the outer rims because that was the end of the map, and they didn't want people wandering out there. So if we're talking about the same thing. You got your flu shot today. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, right now this is right around where they release the flu shot each year, right? I haven't been to a doctor in a few months, but I should go back. Because I got stuff that this year that I've been monitoring and stuff, like little blood pressure issues and other stuff that I should probably follow up with them on. Oh god, I'm tired. Knob Sudica? I don't know that one, Matus. Yeah, because I think I remember within the last year or two, I went to a doctor in August, and I think they said basically that the flu shot for the coming year like became available that week. Like I got there right when it was released almost, and I'm like, oh sure, okay, I'll be getting it every year. Only in the void. Oh, okay. Well, I know they added whatever those monster things are at the edge of the main Subnautica map that always scared me back. But I don't think they were the ghost ones. I think they're just giant, terrible things on the main map. Unless we're talking about the same things, but I'm just not. It could be we're talking about the same things and my brain is too much stuff going in my brain every day right now. Things fall out. Things fall out. Too much happens. I'm constantly in the middle of doing something complicated and someone else asks me about something else complicated. It's totally different than the complicated thing I'm trying to work out. And then just every time that happens a little bit, I hear like a crackling sound, a little tinkle tinkle, like broken glass. And something inside my head is gone. I don't know what it is because it's not there anymore. Could be these leviathans. Food by the File Contreras! Carl, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? You take your flu shot and you got the flu when you were 14. Worst thing ever. I've been getting the flu shot pretty regularly for, I don't know, the past 10 years or so. I didn't always get the flu shot, and I'd still get colds and flus, but it definitely seems to have gotten better since I started getting the flu shot on a regular basis. And also, I think coincidentally, I also quit smoking around the same time. It was around the same time I started getting the habit of getting regular flu shots, so it seems like I've had less severe flus since I stopped smoking. And that was like 6 years ago now, so. You watch the stream to remind you how it makes you feel, and it makes you feel sad. I don't know, Nick. I think there's going to be some more baseball in the future, because when I was... Really, the main reason I didn't play it today is because I was just too tired. And the thought of... Because baseball... It tenses me up. Like, especially when I turn the difficulty up. It tensed me up. And I was really, like, trying to get the hits, and I was getting frustrated and stuff, and I'm just like... In a week like this, I don't want a game like that. So, of course, now the biggest danger of playing Skyrim is that the mods I loaded are going to crash under load. Under strain with OBS. Alright, well, speaking of the game, aren't we... 45 seconds of gameplay. I didn't have the game in the background, so I have to load it now. Yeah, that's true, Nick. I even thought about if I started playing Skyrim and I just wasn't feeling it, maybe I'll go to Fallout 4. Who knows? Alright, so let's do new character. I'll sort of remake what I had before. Although, look at this. You may not be able to see this, but when I hit load, there's like 1, 2, scattered all over. I have all these characters. I need to clear out my save file. It's like every game of Skyrim that I've ever played is in here. And there's like 20 different Garriman. So I'm almost thinking like, should I break the Garriman mold? I don't know. Yeah, your haircut down past your waist. Oh my gosh, that's quite a haircut. That's a big change, but that's cool. I'm glad you like it. Sometimes it's nice to have a change like that. You could probably load him in the abandoned prison after you made him. New Minutemen run on Fallout 4. I never finished Fallout 4 or the expansions. That's a thing. I got super Bethesda happy a couple years ago, and I was playing 2 saves of Fallout 4. I was playing my private game and I was playing my stream game. And then somewhere around that period, my brain was just like, I had enough of the Bethesda formula. It was like all that I basically played for I don't know how long. I mean, it seemed like about almost a year that Bethesda was a central feature on my stream and my spare time. And at a certain point, my brain was just like, nope. Like, I got the Outer Worlds a few months ago. I had it through Game Pass, and I played I actually got into that for a while. Well, I probably got about maybe halfway to 2/3 of the way through, because it's not a long game, supposedly. And it feels very Bethesda-y, because they're the same guy that did Fallout, the same people that did Fallout New Vegas. and I just got to, it just happened again. My brain was just like, no, I've done enough of this. Amlon Usk. Is that the inventor of the Stelesta? The Stelesta electric car? Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna start a new game with mods loaded. But I think we're gonna... I like the character that I made before, more or less. So I think I'm gonna emulate... Wow, that is bright. I wonder if the mods I put in here are a little too... That is unpleasant to look at. Okay, maybe he's just too pale. They all like that. Even the Dark Elf is hard to look at. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to play with that once I get in a game. Alright. I think we based it on this guy. And I don't want the war paint. I think I did the mod now. I can make more eye colors. Did I tint? No. Oh, it's a very top, eye colored. Left control? Oh! I didn't know that. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Now, this guy doesn't look too bad. Okay, there's some nice eye options there. Remember before I was complaining because either your colors choices were demon red or all black? There, see, that's kind of a cool... Well, it does have a lot... There's some nice, shiny, vibrant eyes. To go with, of course... I gotta have... I like the hair, but I was going with like a little bit of a beard. See what the options were. And there we go. Wait, maybe hold on. A lot of options. There, I like that. Just sort of the gray stubble. Hey, Maxie. The Mega Baseball mod. That sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, I keep thinking about baseball. I think I'm gonna go back to it. Maybe not. I'm just saying that in the sense that I made it pretty clear that I had no intention of ever playing it again. So maybe I'll have some like dramatic intro when I return to baseball. It'll be like, in the dark days of 2020, in the depths of a pandemic, a lawyer tried to learn how to play video game baseball. It did not go well. And then I rise again. I forget which button is jump. I play a little sound clip of me saying something like that. Like Brad's like, you know there's a jump button in the chat, and I'm like, I know there's a jump button, I just don't know which one it is. Which button jumps? So I can't do it. A dramatic, like a dark, twisted version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Wow, okay, I guess some of my mods got sorted correctly because there's a lot more options here than there was last time I made a character. I'm not going to mess with all this stuff. There's definitely a lot. Wow, what? How did... Are you for reals? Alright, I'm not gonna screw with it. It's like... I don't want to see his scrotum, but why is there a whole... Look at how many damn options there are for genitals. Which mod is this? I don't remember installing any X-rated mods. People bit wearing face mask? You know what? I don't want to talk about that. And the reason I don't, and it's one of the guiding principles of the Gaming Lawyer channel, and I probably shouldn't even brought up the pandemic, but we don't talk about divisive topics in here. So, and the reason is that there's too many things in our society today that divide us. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have our things that we believe in and our opinions. I think those are important. But I think it's also important that there's like some safe places where people can go and not have to worry about getting into a fight about politics. And this is, to me, is more about, hey, everyone likes games, and we're here because because there's something we all like together. And I'd rather make it about that. Like, when people are here, it's just make it about, hey, we're all people that we've all come here because we all like games. We got something that's bringing us together, you know? So, yeah. Oh, I wasn't telling you had to leave. I just like to explain my little philosophy about, you know, I honestly, if I was in someone else's stream and they started talking about contemporary issues, I might get into a discussion about it. But I don't want that happening. I don't want things to go there here. And the truth is I actually had a channel back in the 2000s where I didn't do any streaming then, but the channel was about like making videos about my political opinions and stuff. And I spent 2 years fighting with people over it. Like, I'd make a video that I thought was like really reasonable and calm and rational, and once if anything started getting attention, it was not cool. So when I came back to YouTube, and I had almost 1,000 subscribers on that channel, and I think that was like 2008, 2009. And then finally I'm just like, bullshit, I'm tired of arguing with people in my comment sections. And it was like, you know, 6 years later I decided to make a gaming channel, and part of me was like, should I already got, like, I think there was some attrition and I was down to 800 subs, and I was like, I already got kind of a built-in audience, I just make it in a gaming channel. But then I'm like, well, fuck it, no, those people all just subscribe because they like arguing politics, and I definitely explicitly don't want to do that anymore. So I just started a fresh channel. The General 2 Yaws General 2 Yaws 2.4. There you go. No comment, Maxi. I do have an assortment of masks. Here, I'm excited to try this out. I got my Dunder Mifflin mask. Yep, because I'm a nerd. I like The Office. I was a little upset because I think we got this at Walmart. Evie, you may have to explain yourself. They sell 2 packs of masks, And it's like, oh, sweet, Dunder Mifflin masks. But only the one on top that you can see on the package says Dunder Mifflin. The other one's just like a plain mask. I was a little... Of course, I know you as an employee of Walmart didn't make the mask package. You probably had no... Walmart probably had nothing to do with it. But when you work for Walmart, it's your fault. Oh, you want some yawn, bitch? I expect English perfection in my dick modders. Look at all... What? How many genitals does a person need? Why are there so many options for genitals? Why? All right. Shout style. Okay, there's just a lot of stuff, and I think you could also make some very deformed creatures here, but I don't want to mess with that either. Skin tone. All right, well. Expression. Yeah. He's just gonna walk around the world like this. We'll have to adjust some of the genital sliders as well, because any man walking around with a face like this is probably got a raging erection. That's regular awe. Hold on, there's the one under it is big awe. Oh, oh no. What's this one for? This one looks like it's been a little overused. Okay, now I kind of do want to play around with this a little bit. What's the blink? Let's see. All right, just the wink. That's quite a pucker. Let me try some of that lemonade. Okay. Brow down. Can I do that was brow left down? We'll do the rock. Can you smell? Is it what can you smell what the rock is cooking? Something like that. And then we'll give him a big aw. I've done okay. There's some entertainment value to this. And then a big ol' wink. This is no, actually that's disturbing looking. Maybe just a little awe. Just a there. What was BMP again? Oh, it's the pucker mouth. What's kushjush? Oh yeah. Does a chicken have large talons? So the little Napoleon Dynamite. How about we give? Does he have? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. And give him some combat anger. Ah. Okay. So let's get serious here. Ha! Wait. Okay, that's I'm breaking his face. It's the Deliverance version of Skyrim. Let's see what dialogue happy looks like. Ah, puzzled. Oh. Let's see, those are better for like surprise, or for packaged emotions. Here we go. So there's surprise and fear. All right, hold on. I'm losing. There we go. We just have him walk around Skyrim like this. How's this for a relaxing game? Like, you walk into the tavern, it's like, can I do anything for you, mister? And then they see your face. It's like, oh my god, what's wrong? I just have resting surprise scream face. I'm fine. Did I have I'm just thirsty. Yeah. You mean you're not scared? No, no, no. This is just how I look. Everything's fine. Okay. There is some fun to be had there. Alright, I keep losing my... chat. Well, when I scroll this thing, it randomly will scroll my chat, and all of a sudden I can't see anyone what they're saying anymore. Thought the Goodnight song was terrifying. Yep. This guy'll be waiting for you in your dreams. You saw the ring girl and lived, not before she went Picasso. Isn't that kind of what the people that get killed by the ring girl look like? It was a little bit like that. Let's see, what is... Oh. That's not too dramatic. R. Suffering succotash. Then there's, I guess it's the W sound. Woo. What else? What are the moods that we not? What's look right? Yeah, that's subtle. What about right and surprised? Oh. He's got one eye. Wow, and that you really see the red once you pull back those eyelids a little bit too. Use a dash cam, like in my car? No? Is that what you mean? All right, well, that's what's extra. He is a wood elf. But what does it mean extra? Can I make him more? Oh, what the hell? I'm allergic to nuts. Was there nut? I shouldn't joke because people do eat nuts and they're allergic to it and it can kill them. All right, let's get back to 0. So no, we just got a car. But you're talking about the dash cam where you record while you, like, it records the road ahead of you. You can turn to okay, let's see what Maximum Wood Elf looks like. Maximum Wood Elf. That is one gaunt MFer. This is very low wood elf. This actually looks a little bit more like how I look in real life. Actually kind of freaking me out a little bit. There. Well, I like this slider a little bit. It gave him a little more, he's a little less sickly looking now. It's okay to make fun of nut allergies. Did you see that movie Hereditary? I think that's the first thing that came to mind. It's a horror movie. I can't remember the dude's name, but he did that one. He did one called Summer. I can't remember. Midsummer. Those are the two big ones he's done recently that have gotten a lot of attention. You guys know I'm a horror person. I like horror, and I watched both of those. A few months ago, I watched them both. And Hereditary is pretty dark. It's like really disturbingly dark. But that's one of the scenes in Hereditary is, or one of the things in Hereditary is like the little weird sister has a nut allergy and hilarity ensues. I probably spoiled too much if you're thinking of watching it, Maxie. Yeah. Well, if you like horror movies, and you like really dark horror movies, it is it's very dark. Like just what this family goes through. And I don't want to spoil it for you. I mean, I think it's worth watching and it's good, and I recommend it. But it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. So, like, a lot of the themes, the heavy themes are about like loss and grief, and how it affects families. Like, there's this sort of background feel has a lot to do with that theme. So, and that I'm not spoiling too much because I think the movie starts with a funeral, and it's about like people dealing with the aftermath of that, and then it turns into like crazy horror movie, eventually. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it's one of the best. It's one of the best horror movies to come out in the last few years if you can handle how dark it is. You shouldn't make fun of a nut so close to genital sliders. Their yaw is probably off. Chad Vampire Lords versus Virgin Werewolves. I don't know if that would qualify as horror. Although I will admit with some shame that I did read, as a 40-something adult, I did read the entire Twilight Saga. My wife started it. And then eventually I just decided I didn't really care for the movies quite so much. I don't like, what's her name? The girl that plays Bella. And the whole thing about being all dramatic, that, oh no, I broke up with my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my life's not worth living. That was in the book too, and I think that's a bunch of, like, teen crap, but... You might watch it after you finish Master and Commander for the 14th time. That was a good one. I think I bought that a long time ago. I haven't watched it forever, though. Evie, I did. I enjoyed the books. I'll say, looking back, I don't think they were amazing, but I was engaged. I kept reading. I've started a lot of books that I haven't finished because it didn't keep me interested. And I'd say I've started a lot of books that are of a much greater quality than Twilight and not finished them. But Twilight, I started reading it and I basically kept reading it till I was done. So I'll say it did that for me. I was it sucked me in enough, and it was easy enough to read, and the story was engaging enough to keep me flipping forward until it was like, oh, it's done. Okay, yeah. But I'm not going to recommend those books be like Hereditary. I just kind of did a general recommendation. I'm not going to be like, everybody, what you need to go out and do right now is pick up Twilight and read it. You're selling yourself short if you haven't. If you like books, read Twilight. No, I'm not. Well, you could you could cut that clip out of context and make me look like some kind of weirdo, but Twilight fanatic. Team Edward. Ooh, he's so sparkly. That, come to think of it, that is when I started waxing my chest. Read all for 1 a month, and yeah, you know what? Honestly, it might have been about a month for me. I got through those books pretty quickly. You named your adventuring group The Breaking Dawn. Oh no! It was just a bad coincidence, huh? Should watch JoJo sometimes. Has 5. Maybe I will check that out. Huh. It's like, yeah. Oh, that was the other thing that happened last weekend. That was last weekend, right? Since I last streamed, that I played my first D&D session. We've been prepping for months. We played D&D. I had a lot of fun. It went well. It was, I was a little worried. It'd be one of those things that I'd try doing it again. Once we were actually all playing, I'd just be like, I'm not feeling this. Like certain things that you thought were real fun when you were 15, and then if you try to get into it again when you're 40, you're like, I don't know if I'm into this now. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, we did Zoom. We're using Fantasy Grounds as the sort of the virtual tabletop, which is like totally geared to run RPGs and extremely geared to run Dungeons and Dragons. And because I bought an Ultimate license and then I bought a bunch of D&D resources, which means I can run a game and anyone with a free demo account can be in my game. Normally, everyone who's playing together has to either be a subscriber to the service or have bought a standard lifetime key, which I think normally the standard lifetime key is like $60 or something. But if you get the lifetime, I think it's called the Ultra. I forget what. Oh, the Ultimate key, Ultimate license. Then, anybody with even a demo account can like play without paying anything. They can be in your campaign. So that was the motivate. There was a huge sale, so I bought that. It's on Netflix. All right, cool. So yeah, so I got my 2 monitors. So I had one monitor was all Fantasy Grounds, and I actually used OBS to. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have my green screen up. I used the green screen, and I set up like the adventure that I had started. The first scene that we role played was around a campfire, and I had an animated campfire background playing behind me. It's like a 2-hour loop of a campfire background, like there are tents and a river and a little stream in the background and a campfire. And so it was kind of cool. So I was like, you're doing so you gather, you meet so and so at the campfire and you're just talking blah blah blah, and then in the background I had like the fire and the stream, and it's pretty neat. I had fun. Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten into Minecraft in so long, but there's some part of me that has like frequently wanted to go back, and I felt like the last time I was really into Minecraft it was in early access, so there's so much in there now. I played the hell out of it back in like 2012. I think that was one of those games I played it so much, like I was so into it for about a year, and then one day I was just like, oh, that's enough of that. And every few years, I'll get a little itch and I'll play it for a few hours, and then I'll be like, all right, that's enough. I haven't gotten sucked into it like I did way back then. Back out about you. Yeah, I had one that was a tavern too, Nick. So, because like once they got to their first town, I put up the tavern background. But I didn't have like a whole bunch set up. I was really thinking just maybe just having one in the background, but then I started finding backgrounds that fit where the adventure was going to start, and then I thought like a tavern background is pretty generic, so I ran that. New biomes in the Nether. All right. Yeah, the Nether always intimidated me, but I messed around a little bit. There was Nether. All right, you know what? I should play a little bit. I know it's
45 seconds of gameplay.
I need a pipe cock green screen. Is that where I talk and then there's the whole time pipe cock is like right behind my head going clank clank? Is that the sort of thing you're envisioning, Maxi? But yeah, so long story short, we set aside 4 hours. Everyone's got like they got kids and wives and everything else. So we set aside 4 hours. We played for exactly 4 hours. And we had a good time. Everyone had it. And some of these guys, a couple of them have never really quit playing D&D. So they're actually in other campaigns. One of them is a dungeon master for another campaign that he's been running for like 10 years. And another one is in a campaign that he's been playing for a while. But 2 of them, they had not played D&D at all. I think the last time we played, we had like a get together a couple years into college where we did a little Where Are They Now reunion of our characters from high school, but we really stopped playing like probably within a year of graduating high school. We played once or twice that year, and then that was sort of the end of the regular. People started moving away to college and other stuff, and that was the end of our regular gaming. But yeah, no, I think, and they're all totally jazzed to play again. Unfortunately, we are super busy, so we can't do it that often. It's gonna be like once every, at most once a month, it sounds like. Yeah, I don't think D&D is not for everybody. I will say it's a type of game that not everybody would enjoy or appreciate, but and it can be hard to gauge whether you'll like it. Like, there's a lot of video online of people playing it, but a lot of it depends on the people you're playing with and how into it they are, what kind of game they like, whether it's like they want something that's combat focused or they want something that's story focused. Like, we played for 4 hours, there was not a single fight. It was all introduction to the story of the campaign, and a campaign is just a series of adventures that they continue going on. No, I'm not talking to you, Siri. It's just a series of adventures, or with maybe an overarching story that you could potentially play for years with the same characters as they go up in levels and stuff. And so I'd come up with this whole, like, we did character backgrounds for a month. Everyone came up with their own character backgrounds, and then I found a kind of a hook that needed to sort of catch all of wherever their backgrounds were. I needed to find a way for them to hook up with this one character that I was basically going to hire them to go to the place where the real adventure will start. And with the backstories everyone came up with, and the way that, like, we coordinated to weave them together, like, by the time it started, 3 of the 4 people in the group, their characters had already, like, become established in their backstories as friends, and the 4th one is somebody who was a self-proclaimed, like, hermit outcast who was a druid out in the woods who didn't like people. So it's like, it's this whole dynamic of this grouping put together, and it's the dreams that the druid was having that are the catalyst for the adventure. So the reason they're going to the place they're going was the reason a person's hiring the rest of them to go with this druid is because the druid's such a loner and doesn't know this area that they're going to, and needs people that can negotiate society for him, or for her rather. Anyways, yeah, so, like, we're all totally into the story, and once everyone introduced the characters, everyone got totally into the characters. I got really into, like, the whole, like, even the setup. In the setup, there were a couple twists and turns, because it was supposed to be like this dwarf was hiring everybody to you know, go to this town together, and he's going to start a business there. It's going to act as like a support or a home base for these people. And the first thing that happens is he receives this document, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't go with you guys. So the whole, whatever they were expecting the launch was going to be like, it immediately took a left turn. All right, Evie. I'm glad you're doing well and you got your bonus pay, and you have a good night. It was good to see you. So you want to play a Rage Bear concept at some point? Your eating games are on pause. Oh, your friend had a baby. Okay. Yeah, I kept trying to look for the game that we might bring you in on, Nick, but it just doesn't seem to be happening yet. I think if we do the couples game, I'm probably just gonna keep it small. So I don't know, we'll see eventually. I might get like a group of exclusively online people I know through Gaming Lawyer, and if I do that, I'll bring you on, man. Will I play Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out? Hell yeah. I may not play it exactly when it comes out, because I don't usually like paying full price for games, and Bethesda games notoriously come out in a questionable state. So I've found historically there's a value in letting it release and then hanging back a little bit. Usually by the time the first decent sale comes along, there's also, between the developers and the modding community, there are enough fixes by then that the game is stable. But we'll see. I mean, if I might not be able to stop myself. Depends on the mood when it comes out. I'm patient when it comes to games. I frequently will wait because I've got plenty. I have more games than I can possibly play already. So I don't frequently feel the need to rush out and buy anything as soon as it comes out. But I've got my eye on it for sure, and Starfield as well. I'm really curious to see what they do with Starfield. It could be awesome, or it could be terrible. We know so little about it. All right. Well, see, here we are, over an hour into game, and at least I've created a character more or less. So let's see. What should we call this guy? Should we call him Garriman again? I was gonna call him Garriman the Gray, but then I thought, with all the character editors, there's a chance I'll end up giving him like dark hair 2 gaming sessions in anyways. Walter the Hobo? Did you like the hobo concept? I had fun playing that character as a hobo last time. Picking up my hobo plant. Gotta eat the hobo plants. Richard Fitzwell? Is that a penis joke, Maxie? I was into the... you know what? Well, we're gonna do a fantasy version of Walter. It's gonna be Waltros Hobus. Is that... you think yawing genitals? I'll just call him Waltros. We'll all know what it means. He's Waltros. Well, no, he's a hobo. All right, give it a minute for the mods to kick in. Whenever you start a new game, gotta let the mods kick in. Get my water. I don't think I've got nearly as many mods as I've had in the past, which is why I was really surprised when my game was unstable. And I'm still not at all sure that I'm happy with the graphics mods. This is the first time I've had the PC power to use an ENB. Before I used other like weather mods with the ability to change settings about lighting and saturation and that sort of thing to adjust how the game looked. And this is the first time I've used an ENB, which is a much more like complete lighting enhancement and overhaul type thing. And there are a lot of different options and presets you can choose from. All I know is when I watched the videos, I watched a bunch of videos comparing different ones, and the one I picked ended up not looking like it did on my screen. All right.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
So we're gonna start. I was attacked and left for dead.
The light of hope shines even for you. Don't give up.
Oh, I won't give up. You'll find I'm resilient. French fried tater, biscuit and mustard.
What's it?
Biscuit and mustard.
What did I discover? I think I know where I am. Wait, no, I don't. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not on damn Solstheim though at this point. I don't think. As a gaming lawyer. See. Right next to a chest, and I can't even unlock it because I ain't got no picks. When am I gonna catch a break? Alright, this is way too bright, though. Why was the book so bright? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to make some adjustments. Well, I recognize these things, like they go down underground. And I don't know if I can get in here. They're pretty cool. All right. That's not a wolf, but that reminds me, I'm unarmed. So let's get some favorites going. Also, I want to get the natural settings going. Let's see, that'll be that. That. I think I was playing around with contrast and I liked it at around 50. That's too much. I was screwing around with this in my last test save, and I liked a little bit of saturation. All right. Oh, from the dwarven ruins. Okay. Yeah, it's been many years since I've done a serious run where I'm trying to legit get things done. So mostly when I play now, it's just sort of about wandering around. But at first level, I'm gonna have to be careful. Probably my first objective is to just find my way to a damn town where people can start paying me to do stuff.
Gonna make me some hobo plan.
With a wooden club and be a baseball player? Yeah, can I even get in here? Or do I have to be inside to get out first? Hey, shovel. I see there are some dwarven ruins over here. That's an exit. Okay. Uh-oh. I do see some woofs up there. What are they doing? All right, they're fighting that moose, whatever that is. So I added a snow texture, and I'm not entirely sure I'm impressed with it. It's got enough of a pattern that to me, I can just see the pattern repeating all over the landscape. So I have a feeling that mod's gonna go. Oh, and there's some of that broken, I think maybe it's just a lighting thing on the ice. I'm not gonna mess with any dwarven ruins right now. I don't think. Did I? Hey, puppy!
Yeah, get me some wolf pelt. Got it down. And buy me some biscuit with the wolf pelt. I did trading in town.
Hey, Whittle Creeps. Real snow looks nothing like it. It's flat and a single white color. I think what they're trying to achieve here, and this is a specific mod, but what we're trying to achieve is, I think there are times when snow, when it falls and it's still fluffy and not stepped on, like when it very first comes down, it can kind of look like this, right? I want to say yeah, but I actually have not seen it. Snow has not ever been a regular part of my life experience. Oh, I thought that was a wolf, but I'm pretty sure that's a fox. That's a wolf. You can make a poison strong enough to one-shot Alduin? It doesn't surprise me. I didn't know that. I'll say that straight up. I didn't know that. But I've heard some pretty crazy things, like if you're a min-maxer and you figure out how to really work some of the mechanics, the underlying mechanics, you can do some pretty, like, stupidly OP stuff in this game. Quit picking on the billy goat. Leave Billy Goat alone. Now see, this is almost making me think, the way I start this game and I'm kind of into the magic, like maybe I should install, they got some pretty crazy magic overhauls. Maybe I should install one of those. The question is, how do I get down there without committing to being down there? I'm not at all sure I want to commit to being down there. Only way it look like that if it's less than an inch of snow on rocky terrain. Okay. Yeah, this is a much more action-packed stream than last time. I'll grant you that. Whoop. Alright, so it looks like I can make my way back up. Is that a mammoth stuck on the side of an ice wall? Now I just gotta check this out. Is he frozen into the ice?
Got a platinum wolf belt.
That is a very precise number for so many digits. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Dwarven arrows. Ooh. Well, it's better than the not at all weapons that I already have. A mammoth snout. 3 pounds? Now we'll leave that alone. So what I'm gonna guess, this probably was a mammoth that was hunted and killed back when the Dwemer were still a thing. And this is like, it was preserved in ice because of an avalanche or something. And I can't mine. Maybe I could be the unfrozen caveman. That could be my story. I'm frightened and confused of your big flying contraption. I'm just a simple caveman. I don't understand magic. It's like magic to me. I don't know why I'm trying to find my way into the Dwarven ruins. This seems like a terrible plan.
You're picking up all the animal parts. Mm-hmm.
That was classic. Yeah. Oh, did I not need to go all the way down here? I probably should have found wherever that bridge is, huh? Alright, so this... Oh wait, can I go in here? Well, bingo. I'm in the one place I immediately said I shouldn't go. Fucker. Oh no, bullshit. That's not gonna work. Nope. Plan aborted. And the first little weak thing in there is just way too hard for me to kill. Nope. Flesh Atronach from Oblivion, huh? I forgot, I do have a weapon. We'll make that weapon my number one. Oh, it's a two-hander. I think we're gonna make our way to civilization. That's the first order of business. James Baker, sleep. He sleep. Sounds very Shakespearean. Like, I sleep. I am slain. Now, obviously I see that tower, but I don't want to go over there. What was I even doing out here? I ain't got nothing. Now, see, there's a statue of Mara. So I think this is the direction to go to get to civilization. Although now I see that. Did I already cross this bridge? No, I don't want to go in I don't want to go into the dwarven mines. Truth be told, I kind of want to make my way to Riften so I can meet Inigo. That's... Doesn't Riften seem like a nice, mild climate for a hobo to go hang out? And there's lots of, I don't think I would have the determination to beat it in a day, but I did not know you could beat it that quickly. Oh no, it's a stray dog! Oh shit, I'm sorry, buddy! Oh, I thought it was a wolf! Dude, I'm sorry, man! I love dogs! I feel terrible. Alright, just run, dog. Just go. I don't want to kill you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible now. Just don't come back! No, dog, don't finish it. Oh, you bitch. Literally, it could be. I don't know, is it a lady dog? Now I feel really guilty. I thought it was a wolf. It's terrible. I feel terrible now. It's great for my penniless ways, and if I happen to acquire some illegal stuff that I need to sell, I can do that. I don't need to do the whole Thieves Guild quest, but I could maybe join enough to have access to a fence. And it seems, if I recall, they give you a place to sleep too. Oh, that looks good. What does the Amulet of Arcade do? Oh yeah, I'll wear that. Health by 10 points. Helmet. Shield. Iron boots. Steel sword. I don't need a linen wrap. All right. I don't know who this guy was. Here, I'll get my blessing. It's better than no amulet, isn't it, Brad? Gee, Brad, you gotta be thankful for what you got. All I got is pelts and this amulet. I'm happy to have it. Here, we're gonna favorite that. We're gonna favorite that. Unfavorite the battle axe. Or do I wanna, maybe I wanna get proficient in it. Nah, he doesn't look like a battle axe and sword. Eat the linen wrap. Oh no, here we go with Brad and his weird eating fixation. How you doing, Brad? No, we decided to start over on a game where I wasn't stuck on Souls time. Although I was tempted to continue the, I think I was 56 gold into the 250 required to catch a boat to Skyrim. We'll make this and this. Alright, let's have a little save. Shall we? We don't have any of those yet, do we? I guess we had one. Eat the linen wrap. You can just any time wear any multiple amulets at once? I was not aware of that. You seem well versed in ways to game the system. I know there was one person told me you could steal from a merchant by putting a bucket over his head. And I just felt guilty, so I didn't do it. It felt dishonest. I will steal like an old-fashioned way. But exploiting someone by putting a bucket on their head and then robbing their entire shop, it just doesn't feel satisfying. Yeah, you could wear, some people wear more than one ring per finger. Oh, look at this. This is delightful. This is delightful. Just going for a nice little walk in Skyrim. They're slowly becoming EA. We'll see. Some may argue Bethesda was always had issues, but don't you remember the horse, the horse armor in Oblivion? That was in like 2006. I mean, people thought it was over when they offered DLC horse armor for $2. And some people still look at that as the worst thing they ever did. So, then again, actually, there is Fallout 76. I shouldn't say. Okay, wow, I got like a Flora mod, and really it's mixing some things up, isn't it? I have a few texture mods. Yeah, these are definitely not the vanilla flowers. So I threw it. Whoa! Where'd that come from? Oh, bitch. That terrified me. You bitch! Why'd you bite me? Throw poison at me. What'd I ever do to you? What a life. What a life of a hobo in Skyrim. Come on. Whoa. See, that's some OP shit as far as I'm concerned. First people to buy PS Plus in order to play Fallout 76 on PS4. Wait, who's they? Bethesda? I don't know a lot of the politics of PS4. Like, I wasn't aware that a game developer like Bethesda would have a monetary incentive to force somebody to get PS Plus. Do they get a cut of that or something? Now see, the flowers floating, are they floating off of the ground? That's a little rough. I think I have that one Flora overhaul mod. I forget what it's called. It's it's like the most famous floral overhaul mod. Alright, I don't want to mess with him. I don't feel like messing with him right now. Him and his mother. I did. Well, the mod that I'm using, I think it does trees, but I also installed a mod called 3D Trees, and I'm not sure which one's winning. I think one overwrote the other, and I can't remember which. But what's the... There's one major floral overhaul mod that's like the most famous one. And I'm pretty sure I installed that. What? Oh, this looks like a bunch of bullshit! That's too much. Please be guards. Please be guards. And not more bandits. Alright, let's just put this party between me and the bandits. And we'll leave them alone. I don't know if I can take 5 bandits though, Nick. That's where I don't feel as confident. So you can play other games on PS4 without PS Plus? Or does PlayStation, does Sony require everybody to do PS Plus, like developers? See, that's where I just don't know. So, and I'm also, forgive me for saying it, but there are exploitative things that some developers do, but I also am not entirely opposed to developers trying to find ways to make money. If they're not totally ruining the game in the process. I don't think I have, I don't follow memes at a hobby-like level to the point where, like, I have a favorite one. Oh wait, this is not the way to go. I see them, I go, oh, that's good. And then once I'm done seeing them, I basically forget about them. I see them on the... Whoa! Skiva! Oh, so here's the thing, is it's been so long since I played. Is it because of the what it looks different? Is because of the grasses and stuff? Because the landmass is still the same, but the lighting system is different. A lot of the textures are different, and obviously the flora and fauna are different. But the flora is different. Hey, it's that liar dude. Most online games, because I sort of thought, like, I know I have friends that have Xbox One, and because I got Game Pass for PC, it seemed like there was a lot of pressure to sign up for, like, to just get whatever the Xbox equivalent of PS4 is, PS1. Like, it was something like, if I wanted to be able to do voice chat with someone on Xbox for cross-platform games, it was being really hard about letting me do it unless I was also had an Xbox Gold account. Oh, what? Nick? Should I sit down? I don't know what it is, Nick, but I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty fucking amazing. Nick. Holy shit. Everybody! Alright. You know, Nick, I've been waiting 5 years for a moment like this. This is the reason a person would get into streaming in the first place. Is to share a moment like this with someone in the community. Just think, Nick, 6 years ago, I didn't even know who you were. But now, 6 years later, I just never, when we met, I never thought we would be sharing a moment like this. This is amazing. Hold on. Hold on. I'm drinking it in. Everyone, shh, shh, shh. Chauncey, shh, shh. My sister caught a lizard. He had a tiny, pointy hat. I think he might have been a wizard. He had a cough, too. I think something was caught in his gizzard. He was a wizard lizard with something in his gizzard? Just kidding. Oh, no, this is a lot to digest. That's actually pretty clever. It just so happens that I've worked so hard this week and I'm sleep deprived enough that it was very easy to devolve into maniacal laughter. Thank you for sharing that story, Nick. Thank you for sharing that. Is it time for baseball yet? Yeah, I think the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to end my stream. Like when I stop playing this. Nah, I don't have the energy for baseball tonight. Oh, that was good. Did I overdo it at all, Nick? I feel like I might have overdone it a little bit. Oh, this is really foggy. Is that wolf chasing? Oh, it's a rabbit. Oh fuck, there's two. Wow, I look like a Nord. I started out as a hobo elf, but now I'm one of the Nords. I'm gonna blend right in with Nord society. They'll never know what hit him. Then I'll hit him up for 5 coins. Hi, dear. Oh, fuck. Maybe it's the angry spirit of that docile house dog that I killed. Is he's infuriated nature, his canine predecessors. They're all after me. I need to get the energy for baseball tonight, Brad? I don't think I'm gonna get the energy. I opened the stream early on by saying, like, last week I ended up streaming till midnight, and then it was so hard starting my job the next morning. I always say that too. I don't want to stay up too late because if I do, I'm just gonna be tired. It's gonna be hard. But like, seriously, it was one of those times where I was like, I have to remember how unpleasant this Friday morning is. I think I got about 3.5 hours of sleep all told. Because once my sleep's out of whack, like I ate, I was hungry, so it was like 12:30 and I ate. And then I couldn't fall asleep right away, and then everything just, oh, it was awful. It was just awful. Audio syncs off. Yeah, I see that. Hold on. I don't know there's a whole lot I can do to prevent that from happening at all, but let me see. It's become worse. I bought a new webcam and I thought it might be better optimized, but I think the problem is I have shit lighting in here, so any cam that's gonna offset the shit lighting, it's gonna make it worse. Dude, a little yellow in here too. All right. Here, I'm gonna restart the cam. That's another thing too, is this Logitech cams now, you have to use an extra program. Like OBS can't just capture the camera raw. It can, but then it ends up like being even worse. So yeah, we'll see. It's just once everything's up and running, which sucks too, because I got a really good graphics card. I have a very powerful processor, so it's just a software environment. For some reason, when I have everything running, it's just not well optimized. The audio is almost too well synced. Okay, so maybe it is. I thought I looked up and I saw that my mouth was desynced from the audio. Almost too well? What's that mean? Oh, it's getting dark soon. Maybe I should find a place to sleep. Although the unimmersive thing is, I think I can just hit T and stand around in one place all night if I want it to be morning. You all know I actually like installing realism mods so that I have to sleep, but then I change the time scale so that daytime lasts, 2 to 3 times as long, so that it's not constantly getting nighttime. You know what? I can't remember how it tastes either. I remember Nick wrote it down long ago. And we had it down, and the fact that I kept eating it tells me it was probably delicious. Why would I have kept eating it, especially after Nick wrote it down? That was years ago now, though. I just honestly can't remember. I have to find some bone meal and eat it again. Just gonna slip on by here.
Hold it. This here's a toll road, see?
Oh.
You're gonna have to hand over, say, 200 gold if you want to use our road.
Will you take goat pelts? Because I have no gold, but I do have an impressive pile of goat pelts. Hey, Joss. Nah, I started a new game. I don't have the money.
That's a real shame. Gonna make it hard for you to pay a healer after we cave your skull in. Now ain't this a surprise?
No!
You can't hide from me.
Oh, who's that? Actually, Will they still fire at me while I'm looting? Can't remember. Hey, lockpicks and a steel war axe. Is this a two-handed axe? I can't remember. I'm gonna grab it. I can't remember what I'm wearing in terms of armor either. I have iron boots, fur shoes. Oh, I had iron boots. Studded armor. Hey! I'm very bad with the timing of that shield. Hey, look, potions. Oh, I meant to disarm the trap first. Hey, look! I got gold now. Oh, add that trap. Oh, wait, there's way more of those than I want to deal with. I thought it was just one lonely dude up on a roof shooting arrows at me, but... Ah! I would stop and fight you, but I'm afraid all your friends are following us down the hill, too. Ah! Barely have time to pick these flowers. Alright. I'm just gonna walk the rest of the way to Riften now. Did he stop following me? Ooh. I want to say there's like an abandoned shack over here that I can sleep in. I don't know why I'm so insistent I need to find a proper place to sleep. I'm a hobo. I thought there was like a shack up here. Like right here. Maybe that's one of the on the cutting room floor mod that I don't have installed. There are things that I might have come to think were standard parts of the game that aren't going to be here because I'm not using that mod. I didn't exclude it on purpose. I just didn't add it this time. Oh, okay. What was that? What was that sound? It's so dark. Ah! Oh, it's bones. I think I'm stepping on bones. I would catch the torch bug, but there's such a delightful ambient thing to have around. I'm just gonna leave him alone. Wow. You wouldn't know that I was some weird, scrawny wood elf hobo. Especially when you get those badass kill cinematics. That's another mod I like putting in, where they give you all the different... There's a lot of mods that I had installed before that I've totally forgotten about. Like extra kill cinematics. It's getting so dark! Alright. I don't like wandering around. Oh wait, is that the shack? No, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna hit T. And I'm just gonna stand here for 12 hours. As a hobo does, because I ain't got a place to lay my head. I'm sorry. Chauncey's like, there's a stranger in our room. Chauncey? I'm a hobo. Get off my back. I ain't got no place to lay my head. Is there some of that rain you were complaining about before, Brad? Brad said I had to agree to console out the rain. Alright, it was just a momentary. This looks like like horse poop in the middle of the road. Hey, Noxire. Yeah, how you like that? It's so beautiful. Beautiful. I remember these things, Brad. Yep, good old Skyrim. Nick, do you still feel disoriented? Eat the torch buds. I didn't see that until it was too late. But yeah, this is a beautiful little scene here. This is my first time using the floral mod, so I'm finding things look and feel a little bit different than I remember as well, and it's kind of cool. Although I think I just saw some weird layering up ahead. I hope that clears up by the time I get close. What's going on over there? Oh, it's just a log sticking out. If I get into playing this with regularity, I'll come up with a mod list. Actually, I could probably just launch Vortex. I should list all my mods. I think I can launch Vortex while the game is open, right? Or is it like, if you search Google into Google, you'll destroy the internet? All right, so I have majestic mountains, a quality world map. I forget, did I even check? Yeah, I haven't checked this yet. No. But this is another example of, there's something in the way the lighting is that makes everything a little bit too bright. So they've got versions of this mod that I used before, but they have this hand-drawn map version that I've never used. Oh, it does seem like there's no zooming. I think it looks cool, but yeah, I've noticed some configuration of the visual mods that I have seems to make any kind of a reading simulated texture a little unreasonably bright. But I thought this looked cool. I thought I would try it out. I think I'd seen it before, and I always went with the more colorful, like, world map version. Yeah, I thought I'd try it on. And what else? Alternate start, of course, live another life. Better dialogue controls. Dynamic distant objects. I have enhanced lights and effects, which is something that I've used before. Sometimes it makes like shadows more, gives shadows more depth. Sometimes it makes certain things too dark. But in this case, because I use an ENB, it seemed like it conflicted with the ENB, so I had to disable most, if not all, of the components that made up enhanced light and effects. But if those people that know modding will probably recognize that. I mean, no Skyrim modding, because it's one, enhanced lights and effects is one of those mods that a lot of people consider essential. There's fluffy snow, which I think I want to get rid of. That's why all my snow looks stupid. Footprints, which I like. It's subtle, but it's cool. Then there's the new idols in Skyrim. I think there was a whole bundle of mods that had to go together that had to do with like character customization, and that was one of them. I have HD photorealistic Ivy. I have immersive HUD as Indigo. I have interesting NPCs. There's one called Just Ice 4K/2K Hybrid. KS Hairdos, Lanterns of Skyrim 2. The EMB is Natural and Atmospheric Tamriel. It's called, or NAT, NAT for short. I have Realistic Water 2 with the watercolor template variant. I have Skyland, which is a landscape texture overhaul. Skyrim 3D plants or 3D trees and plants. That's a mod. Of course, I got the Script Extender 64. There's one called the Skyrim Textures Redone Enhanced Night Sky. Sky UI, of course. Static Mesh Improvement mod. I did get wearable lanterns. Eyes of Beauty. Total Character Makeover. Unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. Verdant, which is a grass mod. Did I not get that? Maybe I didn't. So no, I didn't get the vegetation overhaul that I thought I did. I got a combination. I got Verdant, which is primarily a grass mod. And then I have the 3D trees and plants. So, I could have sworn I got, let me see. I thought there was that main one that I could have sworn I had downloaded, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I just was going to. Huh, alright. Go back. Look, you're actually breaking out a map. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's very bright on my screen, though. What does the local map look like? That still looks like a regular map. And the icons on the map, well, I guess... Yeah, the icons on the map are a little hard to make out on this method as well. So, I don't know. It's kind of a cool change, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. Are my books all still impossible to read because they're so bright? Now that I'm in a different... I'm not in the snow area. It seems like... the lighting on it, it's like someone shining a 5,000 watt like spotlight on the book. Like, ah! So I don't think I've arrived at my final visual mod. The problem is once you install an ENB, that's kind of cool looking though. Once you install an ENB, the whole like swapping it out, it doesn't just like you don't just install it and uninstall it. It's a little, I think it's a little more involved than that. The books don't seem that bright to you. Oh, maybe it's just me. I think in general though, you see like the rainbow aura around the sunbeam. That's kind of cool. And the water, different bodies of water have different color hues to them as well. But I think it defaults to sort of a bluish, as opposed to, I think by default, Realistic Waters 2 is just like a dark clear color. Yeah, like a dentist light. Oh, and there was a shortcut through the mountains somewhere around here too. All right, there's that necromancer castle. I don't think I want to screw with those guys. Just gonna edge my ass into these trees over here. There's a beehive. Wasn't there a path somewhere around here? Yeah, actually it's right here. I can follow this path and get over the hill to that little town. And then I can walk through Riften that way. I think we'll do that. I love that whole area up there, the Rift. Alright. Yeah, I think the sun rays and the lens flare, I think that's a function of the ENB I'm using. Alright, something up here wants to kill me. All right. Well done. Iron greatsword. I don't think I need that. Necklace of minor smithing. That's worth something. Do I want to go all metal? I think maybe I should focus on medium. If I want to be stealthy, medium's the way to go, isn't it? So it could go all metal. Waltros. I do like the metal look. Yeah, that's another mod that I usually have is there's the mod that adds a ton of different armors in the game and weapons. I don't have any of that stuff in there either. Alright, no, I like the shield I already have. Alex. I think we'll stick with the sword. Alright, let's see how we look. Yep. It's still looking like kind of a ragamuffin. Let's see the medium stuff instead. Medium. Hide, shoes. Studded armor. Oh, and I think I like... No, we don't... This. I was going to say, didn't I get a better necklace? I got a more useful necklace, but not one I'm going to wear for combat. That seems to fit his personality a bit better. Here, we'll make this our new default shield. Although I think I like having the fire in my offhand. I like the flame and the sword. That's a pretty good combination. I'm much better at bum fights than what? Uh-oh. It's a dead lady. A note from a corpse. What does it say? Let me put on my sunglasses so I can read the note. You're reading this, and I am most likely dead. A group of bandits ransacked my home and took most everything valuable I own. The worst is, they took a pendant that has been in my family for many generations. Most of my family is dead, so that pendant was the last connection I had with any of them. I'm going after these scoundrels. Get my pendant back, even if it's the death of me. Is that the pendant of smithing that I just acquired? Alright, well. That's unfortunate. Dark Jake! Talons have consumed all the bone meal justice. I haven't come across any bone meal yet. How you doing, Dark Jake? I almost played baseball again. You know how much Brad likes hearing me say my dick over and over again for 4 hours. Ah! Oh well, it's mine now. Doing good, alright, glad to hear it, man. I think I need to go up that way, but now I'm curious what's over here. This felt like a little road. Hey, look, and there's a tree I can run across if I want to. Oh, there's bandit though. Fuck you. I don't want to deal with any more bandit. Yeah. Brad, I thought you specifically said you love it when I play baseball because people come up with names that you love hearing me say over and over again, like my dick. And of course I insert constant plays on that. My dick's performing well right now. My dick sure hit that one hard. I can't recall the taste of bone meal, Sam. There you go. Dark Drake, lumber to hit the home run. See? Oh, just gotta stop and enjoy the view for a second. I can see, what's that city over there called? I forget. Windhelm. I can see Windhelm from here, and the ocean behind it. This is one of those spots coming up this hill. I do like to just sort of stop and look every now and then. Pretty breathtaking. I don't recall the taste of bone meal, Sam. There's a lot of walking in this game. I think it's one of the reasons I like streaming it so much, but it's weird in my brain. I don't remember. Well, of course, I always had a mount too, so maybe things really did go faster. But it's like, I don't remember taking this long to get there. I bet I could. How much you want to bet I could throw this football over those mountains? Name that movie. Uncle Rico! I figured somebody would get it. Hey Skip, you ever seen anything on the internet about Time Machine? Yes, I've looked into it myself. Yeah, it's the Foley Dynamite. Uncle Rico. Oh, these things are bad news. I don't want to mess with that. Oh, they're all over the place. Shit. Are they not attacking me? I thought those things were like KOS hostile. I don't hear combat music. Maybe they're gonna leave me alone. Maybe they leave me alone if I don't mess with whoever is at that shrine. I thought those things were like, if they saw you, they would try to kill you automatically. Alright, there's a troll. I do not want to mess with a troll. What's he doing? He's fighting something. Just gonna slip by. Oh, he's just annihilating some bandits right now. And I've been detected. Dare I try to loot his shit while he's out there? Alright. Feel like I'm pushing my luck. Oh, he's coming back. The shade turns the wisps hostile if you get close to her. Huh. Not sure I understand that. Oh, that's a pretty sight. Troll be damned! I'm gonna look at this waterfall. Look at that. Skyrim, baby. See, this is where I keep thinking if I'm going to play a Bethesda game, man, I should play Fallout 4 because I've never finished it. But when I want to, then I think about Skyrim and I think about just wandering around, and this is the kind of world it is. This is also an example of, you know, Skyrim was announced and they were saying, oh, it's like the Northlands, like the Frozen Lands. And I think there are still people that think, oh, Skyrim's ugly. It's just like, there's nothing pretty there. Skyrim's got a very diverse landscape, and there's some very beautiful areas. It's not bad, huh? It's been a long time since I've been seriously into Skyrim. I haven't finished Fallout 4. I finished Skyrim. And I finished all the faction quests in Skyrim, which were pretty good. Okay, they're obviously having some kind of story, and I'm not gonna mess with that. Hello? I like the music. It's the welcome to this village music. Although, how am I... Anything else I should be wearing? For gauntlets? Hide bracers. Now I like that better. For shoes? Oh, boots are less armor than shoes. Okay. I'm not gonna wear Stormcloak stuff. Alright. Alright. You know what? I did all of the, I did a lot of the guilds before I ever finished the main quest. The main quest is one of the last things I ever did. I just kept, like, I did a playthrough where I did one guild and no lollygagging. Ah, Riften. Yeah, I feel like the trees are a lot different. These trees are a lot different than I'm used to Riften's trees being. They're a lot less blatantly autumn. Unless it changes depending on where I go. Alright, I think I see where this is going. Oh, that's just a regular dog. Okay, don't need to kill that. Is this a person that's gonna try and kill me, like an assassin or something? Hi, dog. Yeah, I help. I help. I help. Who are you?
Traveler, are you by chance in need of a companion?
Well, you maybe, but you gotta try someone else. I want a companion, all right, a lifelong one. That's not a very good command line. How would you like to buy a home together and settle down? Is that sexy? Yeah, we'll try someone else.
Blast! It seems no one is willing to take this infernal dog off my hands.
What? What's wrong with a dog? Infernal dog? What are you talking about? I don't know if I don't know if what's wrong with the dog.
That's not a smart move considering the dog's pedigree. It's no doubt the latest in a grand line of imbeciles with more urine than sense. But don't let me dissuade you. I'm sure you'll have considerable success teaching it to fetch your slippers in the morning. Of course, good luck teaching it not to soil them first.
The dog doesn't seem to want to part from your company.
Yes, it fails to grasp that I want to murder it. Funny, because that's all I ever think about. Oh, I guess it's true what they say. Tamriel would be a much better place if we could all be the kind of people the dogs think we are.
It's a very weird dialogue we're having right now. Where'd you find the dog?
I didn't find the cretin. I never wanted him to follow me. It was just bad luck. Well, it all has to do with the price of troll fat. It's been dropping like flies ever since the book Finn's Guide to Troll Slaying got published.
She's sliding slowly down the hill.
Since I already own a considerable stash, it's in my best interest to kill as many trolls as I can and make the items scarce. I usually track their footprints and follow them to their lairs. They typically aren't very happy to see me. Except this one time they were too busy cornering this mangy dog and the army of fleas in its garrison.
Alright, stop slipping down the hill, lady.
That's right. Funny thing is, if I hadn't killed the trolls, this dog would probably have annoyed them to death. Which is precisely what it's doing to me now. In fact, I think the mongrel is trying to kill me by having me commit suicide. The dog does serve as excellent troll bait. Or any bait for that matter. I can't begin to fathom how many enemies this beast has made in its travels throughout Skyrim.
Just troll bait?
Well, outside of that, the only quality that sets it apart is the impossible amount of urine it holds in its bladder. Frankly, the dog is a prodigy in this regard, and I can see how it might be useful if you directed it at the right people. The problem is, he refuses to urinate on anyone but his master. And that's a title I would give my left ear and 3 of my toes to remove.
I myself would like to urinate on you. Yeah, this must be the this has got to be the interesting persons mod, or the interesting NPCs mod. It's the only mod that I've added aside from Indigo that puts people into the game. It's a sign of love. He's marking his territory to inform other dogs. Put the ear and the toes in my coin purse? What?
Is that what your spouse tells you? You may want to reevaluate your relationship.
Does the dog have a name?
How should I know? It doesn't respond to imbecile, and I can't think of a more appropriate name.
Poor dog.
So for now, I've resorted to calling it Dog.
You should have given a name, something like Nord, something Nord like Dogveer. Actually, I like that.
You sound like a Dury. She suggested we named it Barkrenzia or something childish like that. At least Avruz offered a male name. She suggested we name the foul mutt Sindarion. She must have really hated the alchemist if she leaves his legacy in the mouth of this slobbering beast.
You saved its life. Now I understand why it's attached to you.
It was a coincidence, an unfortunate side effect. At no point did I attempt to do it any favors. In fact, if I had to do it all over again, I might have spared the trolls and used all my remaining magicka on the dog.
What? But she's... It's been following her around for how long, pissing on her. Just admit it. You like it. You like the dog.
Like the dog? I don't like fleas, I don't like unpleasant smells, having my face licked, or loud barking in the middle of the night. I haven't the faintest idea why you'd think I'd enjoy the company of this dirty, flea-ridden cacophony of fur.
She likes it. Alright, well, that's enough.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well, thanks for the dog story. I'm gonna loot the wolves. Oh, hi guys. Where'd you guys come from? And my, this lantern is really bright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna experiment with light mods. I mean, I'm enjoying the visuals, but some things just seem a bit off. I thought I was gonna end up getting a dog. I was like, cool, it's gonna be like dog meat. Where's he going? Oh, just taking the long way around, huh? Alright. Bring out your pelts! What am I burning here? Reminds you of Kingdom Come? That's another game I need to finish. This is not nearly as thick as some of the Kingdom Come's got some forests. But it's just definitely more lush. And there's a lot more color. There's a lot more green. Well, that's ways to Riften. Alright, I'm gonna follow the road to Riften. I chose the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference. I'm kind of digging the lighting right now, though. This is looking pretty sweet. Like, this almost... Altogether, the visuals look... right now, look like a different game. After the week it takes to set up. Yeah, I almost rage quit this earlier in the week because it seemed like it had gotten unstable. But I kept screwing around a little bit, and this place is always wolf-ridden, isn't it? But yeah, this is pretty vibrant. Is the music any different? I don't remember consciously doing anything to upgrade the music, but the music is feeling... Maybe I just don't pay attention to it. It's been so long since I played that it's like I'm actually hearing it again. Because I know it's the music from the game, but it almost feels like it's a variation on the music. Yeah, this is pretty cool. These trees, These trees are a lot thicker than vanilla, I think. Hey, I'm almost level 2. Look at this. Sun shining through the trees. Yeah. There. That's nice. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave him alone. Just going to Riften. Who's that? Is that bad guy? You gonna try and kill me?
This one has something sweet for the fellow traveler, if
Ooh.
it entices.
Is it a sweet roll?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar.
Oh.
At a fair price, of course.
Drugs? No thanks.
Each has their own way.
This thief doesn't believe in drugs. I just say no. Users are losers. That was a very compelling slogan back in the 80s when I was growing up. Yeah, it's true. What came out 11/11/11, didn't it? I don't want to kill drug dealers. I just want to give them very powerful propaganda slogan that will make them reconsider drugs. Like saying, losers are users. Wait, did I just pass a street sign? Oh no, that was just a lantern. The lanterns of Skyrim seem to be in full effect right now. This feels more like an elven wood from World of Warcraft than it does Skyrim. You'd like the dealers to think about lowering their prices? Dare to say no. That's right. Dare. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Remember the sun well. Shala alaladore, or whatever. Shama alama ding dong. Ooh, that's a nice vista. Hold on. The water at this angle this type of day. Looking pretty sweet. Oh, that's lovely. Although the textures of Riften in the distance are being a little wiggy at this distance. Yeah, that's nice. Allah Baladinardar.
You're as good as dead.
Hey, I'm trying to join you guys. Oh, I thought he was attacking. I'm gonna help. I help. There, I help.
Sign of him. All right, hand over your valuables.
I helped
Like
you.
a fish.
Do I look like I have any money?
Yes, actually. You look like you're lousy with gold.
Wait,
I'm not gonna ask again.
I was supposed to be a hobo. How do I look like the rich Mark? I'm supposed to be a hobo.
Don't you run away from me. That's all you got.
Apparently, wow. Apparently I had that tucked up my sleeve too. There's some more lockpicks and daggers, always nice. An amethyst. A torturer's hood. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Yeah, that's good. Got decent weight to cost ratio. Let's put this hood on. I have a feeling it's gonna look nicer than the dorky hide helmet I'm wearing right now. Torturer's hood. I just gotta look at that shit. Although it doesn't quite look good with the armor. It almost looks like more like the Gimp. Get the Gimp. I don't know. I'll try it for a little bit because its stats higher. Hello, ladies. Is that the new trademark hat? Hey, we get to see the lanterns actually light up the landscape. You got a little moss gathering around as it gets darker. Oh, that looks nice. It do. I like the realistic water mod. Man, more wolves? Are you shitting me? I need to get my bow and arrow skills up. Well, I need to get a bow and arrow actually first. So I can start wailing on these things from a distance. You'd love to piss in the pond? Well, I'm sure it's pure and beautiful enough to accommodate you, Maxie. You could piss all day and all night and it wouldn't taint that pond. That was my ugly the ugly mug hood. Yeah, that cone. That yellow Santa Claus cone. It looks all like super stiff. Is that a wolf on the bridge? As it's getting darker though, I'm digging the light of the lanterns hitting the road. It's kind of cool. Shala Aladora.
Favor a steel sword, do you? Good choice for slashing or stabbing.
I like it. All right, so yeah, I'm actually really digging the lighting right now. The wood's getting darker and the light of the lanterns on the road. That's pretty cool looking. The swords are for stabbing. Oh. I was just hitting people with the hilt. You mean the other end does something too? Oh wait, are these the guards that give you shit when you try and go inside?
Hold and stand down. If you want to get into Riften, use the north gate. This one's closed.
Why?
My orders are to tell the riffraff to use the north gate. That's it.
Could you make an exception in my case? I don't know why I think I'm persuasive. I've level 1. I've developed no skills.
No. You can use the north gate, or you can head to the next city.
Alright, well, I'll go to the north gate because I don't have enough money to throw around to be bribing people just yet. I'll just use the P button. Why not? I think that I had a mod that opened this up, right? Does the vanilla game, does this ever open up as a way to get in and out of the city? Yeah, I'm fairly certain I had a mod that did that. Oh, following the... I should just follow the walls. I don't think this... I think this road is going away. Oh, but I like the dark woods. I like the dark woods. The dark woods and the lantern light. See, right now, this is like a... This looks like a photo op for me right now. That's really cool. I think when it starts getting dark, though, it's harder for you guys to see. I don't know if OBS picks it up. Now, right here, it's like really dark. I can barely see any details on the ground. Spoopy. Max, you've developed quite the fixation with things getting peed on. You can't see much in the dark as a general rule, or here. Yeah, I can still make out trees in the general landscape right now, but I can't make out like what's actually on the ground.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax.
What the hell is that? What?
For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter?
This is obviously a shakedown.
All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? Just let me unlock the gate.
I gained a level by calling
Gate's
someone's
unlocked.
bluff.
You can head inside when you're ready.
I think I'm ready now. Except I want to check out the light on this guy's cabin. That's... Yeah, the nights are super dark. This is a function of the mod. But I wonder if it's like a clear night. It might be, I like the light on those trees over there. The campfire? Yeah, this doesn't feel like Skyrim at all right now. Like the dark and the light interaction. This is so much different than I'm used to Skyrim looking. Huh. Kind of cool. All right, back into the pitch black inky darkness.
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild. Or so they'd have you believe. It's all lies. They're just thugs, vermin, creeping around the Ratway.
I like how this lady is all like chatty right now as she silently watched me get shakedown not 90 seconds ago. She's like, hey, welcome to Riften. Like, I guess I passed the test, huh, guys? Wow, Riften is flipping dark. It seems like the lights aren't working.
Another run-in with the Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Neil. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar.
Staying safe, I hope.
Oh, the light
snap
is...
of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them.
Really dark out here. They need more torches in here.
I just
I
don't
don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
That's happened to this city in a long time.
Hey, I think... Is this one of the Thieves Guild people? I do need a fence. I am a hobo. But I'll say, what's it to you? I gotta put up a front because of the Thieves Guild. I need them to respect me. Besides, hobo some guys sometimes full of piss and vinegar, aren't they?
Don't say something you'll regret.
What's it to you?
Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs.
Oh, is he one of the Blackbriars peoples?
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you.
Nah, I'm not dirt, huh? I'm not exactly clean myself. That's literally true.
Then you're stupider than you look.
That might be true as well.
You better watch your ass around here.
But I do feel like
warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
the city would benefit from a few more
I'm really
lights.
getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it
The
back
Thieves
on
Guild
time
used
for
to
double
run
the
this
usual
city.
fee.
They're nothing but braggarts and
How was I to
bullies,
know the shipment would get
rotting
robbed?
to death down in their
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me?
What time is it anywhere in here? 10 6.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or...
I've never seen me all this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
Well, there's like, it's just jam-packed with NPCs having NPC moments. Wait, where's the jail?
If it's a bed you need, talk to Kirava in the Bee and Barb. She'll set you right.
Just a minute, I've got someone I need to find. I can't remember where the jail is. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, it's by the Jarls on the other side of town.
Don't cross me, elf.
Damn, unfriendly.
What do you want?
Although I wouldn't mind checking out the tavern first. Wow, this person's just hanging out? Oh, it's a hobo, just like me.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
Yep, bye. It's too dark. It's just too dark out there.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
Running a little light in the pockets, lad?
Well, maybe.
Running a little light in the pockets, lad?
Yeah. What?
Your pockets. They're a little low on coin. I can tell.
How could you possibly know that?
It's all about sizing up your mark, lad. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway.
What do you mean?
Look how you sniffed out my little scheme at the North Gate. You knew it was a shakedown and you called him on it. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh. You seem to be well acquainted with wealth?
Wealth is my business. Help me out, and I can add to yours. Would you like a taste?
I'm beginning to like the sound of that.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
What do I have to do?
Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under a stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Break the law? Are you kidding? Why plant the ring?
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it.
Alright, well.
I'll be at the market come morning. You
Alright,
better
that's
be there too.
Alright.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know.
It makes it sound really...
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
Yeah, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later.
I just wanted to get a room.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
Can I sell... would you
Let's
like a bunch
save
of
that
pelts?
appetite,
I have a lot of pelts. Oh, all she wants are these apples. No.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Okay.
I'll
and now
show
for
you to your room. Right this way.
Oh, she's gonna. This is my first bed that I've had in many years.
You around often? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Isn't that where I am? The Bee and Barb.
What's your problem?
Is there something I can do for you?
They are rude. Rude with 2 O's.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Thank you. This is lovely. Alright. I'll sleep till 9. And speaking of sleep, it's after 10. I think I'm gonna be responsible this time. Oh, thought the game was about to crash. Hey, I awakened feeling well rested. That's nice. But yeah, I think it's time. It's time. I'm also a little bit hungry, so if I'm gonna eat something, I need to not do it at midnight. That's how I sabotage myself. Oh no. Responsibilities. Responsibilities not overrated. Especially if you need to have a job. Did I already save? Skyrim. So you can do cool things like we're going camping again this weekend. Pretty exciting. We got it staggered out. We went camping 2 weekends ago. I think we're not camping next weekend, but we are camping on Labor Day weekend. My wife found some. We were having a hard time finding places, but my wife found some sort of rando places, like just out in the middle of the wilderness. They're not near any major features or anything, or near any major highways. They're just like out a ways. And they actually she found one that sounds really cool. We're going to be going tomorrow. Just download a camping mod. And you know, I've done that in the past too. I'm looking forward to just getting out there and like, now this time there's still going to be some more family along, but it's not going to be as, last time we went camping, there were a bunch of kids. And so it was like, I couldn't sit in nature and read a book. That's what I kind of been wanting to do when I think about camping is I just want to, whoops, wrong one. I just want to go out there and read a book. Just sit. We ordered new camping chairs too. Mine is still coming. And I think mine won't be here until our next camping trip. It won't be here by tomorrow. What's a hobo pocket? Yeah. We go camping and I'm like adjusting the lighting. I mean, these textures aren't popping for me, honey. I need to mod this place. I need to watch a video about I want to watch a video of comparing the top 5 camping mods. Do some nice lodges in the mountains and just relaxing. That could be cool too. I'd probably enjoy that. And we found some places too that have cabins. I was surprised how affordable they are. Like, not like resort style cabins, but like campground cabins. Like, you get one we were looking at, you get it's 2 bedrooms, or it's 2 separate rooms. And it comes with basically a whole campsite associated with a fire pit, picnic tables, and a grill, parking spot, and this really cool looking cabin. And inside there's like a gas heater. It's like an old style lamp. It's pretty cool. But these places are like just out in the middle of nowhere. So if you want to like leave and then go do things, you're kind of shit out of luck. It's like you're just doing whatever's there. There's some trails to go hiking, stuff like that around. Most of these places that we've looked at seem to have lots of like hiking and trail walking opportunities. What's gross? Is that what? Is it a butt? Is a hobo pocket? That sounds about right. You stuff meat and veggies in aluminum foil pack and lay it on coals. Oh, it's much better than sticking it up your butt. For some reason, like as soon as I read Nick say that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably what it is. But I kind of like just being outdoors. I watched a lot of videos, and I don't know, maybe someday I'll work up to it, but I don't know. It could be like whenever I camp, I'll go with my wife. But like these dudes that just will go by themselves and just wander, they'll park their car someplace and just wander an hour into the wilderness until they find a spot they like and just set up a tent and a little campsite, like just them and some of their crap out in the middle of nowhere. And I started watching YouTubers doing that kind of thing, and it just seems really like that sort of thing as kind of, I don't know, I got this weird appeal to it. The idea of like just finding a random wild spot nowhere and throwing a few things up and making it like a shelter, like it's your place for a little while. I don't know. Just a couple innings, Brad? Oh, sure. Search Hobo Pockets on YouTube. Let's see. While late in the coals. I don't think I've ever heard it called that, but I know last time we were camping, there was a lot of people with that camping trip. And there were people cooking veggie. I think they were just cooking veggies in aluminum foil pack. So we're doing vegan hot dogs, or vegan hamburgers and hot dogs. But I determined last time that there's some vegan burger meat that I think they do a really good job. And so I'm on board for that. But the vegan hot dogs, they're just not there yet. So when we went camping last time, it turned out, I didn't realize this before we left, but it turns out it was like literally 5 minutes from a major brand supermarket, full-size supermarket. So we left on a Friday morning. We took Friday off, so we were there most of the afternoon and evening on Friday and all day Saturday, and then we left on Sunday. And on Saturday morning, we went to the store, and my first thought after that first night trying to eat vegan hot dogs, Beyond Burger and also Impossible Burger. Both of those are good. We tried like a generic brand that we got from Imperfect Produce last time, and that wasn't very good, that hamburger. So it's not like everything is good, but there's some. Impossible and Beyond, both of those are solid. And maybe there's some magical hot dogs out there too that knows what they're doing, but this didn't fool me. The fake hamburgers they have can actually fool me. Like if you cook it the right way and you didn't tell me it was not real meat, I might not know. My wife is vegan. I've been doing more vegan. That was part of like with my health stuff. My wife was really pushing to try vegan, to be more serious about it. But so I would say I'm vegan at this point like 90%. And it's not necessarily that in part I'm just doing it as an experiment. To see if it helps my overall, like my blood work and my blood pressure, and I'm trying to lose weight, and get healthy. So it's just something I'm trying on. But just eating vegan doesn't guarantee that you're eating healthy or that you're gonna eat in a way that makes you lose weight. But she swore that when she switched, that a lot of her blood work numbers improved. And so I'm kind of curious to see, like, if there's some sort of an impact on those things with me. And she's been trying to get me to do it for like 8 years. Like, just try it for a month and see. Try it for a couple months, and then when you go, next time you go to a doctor, see. And finally I was like, yeah, we're at a point where there's enough concerning stuff going on that I'm willing to try a few different things that I hadn't tried before. You'll get healthy over your dead body. I used to vaguely feel that way when I was a smoker in my 20s. I knew it wasn't good for me, and I was out of shape, but I never really had any consequences from that, aside from the fact that I felt out of shape and I would get out of breath easily. I mean, it's the direct natural consequences of being out of shape and being a smoker. It wasn't until like hit my 40s and I started feeling like the ramifications, the other ramifications for my choices started presenting in less than casual ways, like blood work and raising blood pressure and stuff like that. I started realizing, like, oh shit, like this stuff, I always sort of like felt I could screw around, but at some point I have to get my act together. When I got to a certain age, I have to get my act together, because I feel like I got the good enough genes that I don't have to worry about, like, if I don't eat right, I'm gonna have a heart attack at 32 or some crap like that. But now that I'm in my 40s, I'm just feeling at that point where, like, if I'm not making some kind of effort to take care of myself, some serious shit could happen to me at this point. So anyway, that's why I'm at a point now where I'm willing to try things that I maybe wouldn't have considered 5 or 10 years ago. Well, that's the thing, is if there's Noxire, you love meat too much to go vegan. I'm at a point where I'm not doing it so much for like the idealistic thing about animals. I'm doing it more for, like, because there are in a lot of ways, healthy alternatives that you could have as a vegan. And I mean, I don't mind the idea of not killing as many animals. That's something that is appealing to me, is the thought that less animals are dying to feed me. I don't mind that thought, but the thought of eating animals doesn't bother me enough that I'm just gonna not eat meat. But it's more of like a thing where it's like, hey, if I can have a hamburger that I like just as much that's vegan, then I'm gonna have a vegan hamburger. But if I have a hot dog and that hot dog, in my opinion, tastes like caca, and the texture's wrong, and it doesn't scratch my itch for a hot dog, I'm gonna get a real hot dog. And that's what happened when we went to the grocery store. We found, I think it was Nathan's Hot Dogs, a real famous hot dog stand that like the ballparks use and the stadiums use. And it was the first time I'd ever bought that stuff at home. And it's like, I think it was like $6 or $7 for 6 or 8 dogs. It was like expensive. Nathan's, that's it. Oh my God, Maxie. I think it was my first time buying Nathan's, and we got it back to the campground. And it was actually my wife that recommended it. She's the one that knew. She's like, oh yeah, Nathan's is the really good one. And I'd never had it. Well, because also before, I would never spend that much for hot dogs. So that's one of the benefits of the fact that this is the first time where both my wife and I are both making reasonably decent money. We're not rich or anything, but I'm not used to making decent money in a reliable way. So all of a sudden it's like there's things like that where it's like, wow, that hot dog was really amazing. So I'm not just gonna look for whatever's on sale for $1.99 anymore. When I go back, I want to get that again. I've had Hebrew National a few times, and maybe it was just the experience of because also cooking on a campfire. So my first experience with Nathan's, Maxie, was me going was me roasting it over a flame until it was like dripping with grease and cooked through, and a couple little, you know, singe spots on it, and putting it on a bun. Oh my god, it was so good. And maybe Hebrew National will be the same way, but I have had Hebrew National before, and I don't remember it being... I remember them being, considering them decent quality, but the flavor in this thing was just incredible. Hot dogs, yeah. When they have hot dogs at the baseball game, they have Nathan's hot dogs. And hey, AWOL. Yeah, howdy. Caw. Yeah, Impossible Meat's pretty good. I always get confused which is which, because I think Beyond came out first, and we tried that a few years ago. And I remember the first time we went to, there's a chain called Veggie Grill that basically replicates sort of like diner type food. Burgers, sandwiches, mac and cheese, stuff like that. But it's all entirely vegan. And we started going there when we lived in LA. And some of that stuff was, sometimes you eat something and you're like, nah, they didn't replicate this very well. But certain things you eat and it's pretty amazing. But I was always, the hamburgers, I never thought, like, the vegan alternatives to hamburgers just weren't right. They have like bean versions and there's a few different alternatives, soy, whatever. And then we went, they just got the Beyond Burgers, and it was like their seasonal, like, hey, try our new Beyond Burger. And we're like, what the hell? Okay, we gotta try. And we both ordered one, and I swear to God, we went back like 3 weekends in a row just to get more of that. It was so good. Now I want a hot dog too. I think, I feel a little guilty, but my wife has already sort of planned, like, oh, I think we're gonna have hamburgers on Friday night, and then hot dogs. I think she did say hot dogs for lunch and dinner on Saturday. So there will be, but I'm like, I want to get up there and start a fire and immediately start eating more Nathan's hot dogs. I believe you can get it in stores. Yeah, at a certain point, they started selling it in stores. When we first tried it, I don't think it was, but slowly stores started carrying it. And 2 hot dog meals. Yeah, that's good. 2 hot dogs. And then, I don't know, whatever other rando stuff you have on hand. Maybe some vegetables, something. Salsa dogs. I like my salsa dogs too. That's what I had. One, I put mayo in both buns, and on one I put the hot dog and a pile of salsa, and the other one I did mustard and ketchup and relish. Classic. And oh my gosh. Now I want hot dogs right now. I don't think we bought them yet. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen specifically Impossible Burgers in stores. So, well, that's the thing, Maxie. Again, that goes into my equation of, I look at it more like, if I can find an adequate substitute that I like just as much, that's not from an animal, then I'll go that way. But bacon, in my experience, is one of those things they haven't replicated that properly yet. They come up with substitutes that can kind of fill the same role, but it's not fooling anybody. And if you want actual bacon, it's not going to come anywhere near to scratching that itch. It's usually just something you can kind of slip into a sandwich that will loosely give it that kind of flavor in there somewhere. But there's no non-meat substitute for bacon. Now, I've had some sausage that has been pretty compelling. I've had a bit of sausage that surprised. I can't remember what brand it was, but we tried a sausage recently that I was pretty impressed with. Food brother, bacon is love. You bought vegan bacon that you haven't cooked yet. It's mainly because you're positive it's gonna suck. I think it's hit and miss. My wife had some tonight, and she was like, it was something she hadn't tried before, and she announced to me that the bacon was not good. She's like, it was very sad. It was very sad bacon. But she went vegan like 8 years ago, and she hasn't looked back. The only time she's eaten anything from an animal has been by accident. Oh, Barbara. Yeah, where are my post stream wrap up? I mean, we're well into it. We're about 25 minutes into my goodnight screen. But I spent an hour in the welcome screen, another hour in the in the thanks for watching stream. But Barbara, I love the intent. I love the intent. And the sheer disappointment that I'm sensing in you, that it doesn't look like I'm an appropriate raid target at this time. And also, you could consider me a raiding dead end, because I tend not to. When I end my stream, I just basically turn things off now. I'm lazy. I was like, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. I need to eat something. Go to bed. But actually, I'm not. I'm going to assume Barbara probably popped in, and once she realized, she probably popped back out again. If she's got a crew waiting to raid somebody, so I can forego spending 5 minutes talking to Barbara. But definitely getting a raid from Barbara harkens back to the still lurking. Okay, harkened back to the golden age of the Gaming Lawyer channel and YouTube gaming. Yeah, it's only like 2 hours left. Well, isn't that what happened last week? I ended the stream at 10:30 and I didn't end up shutting, or I went to the thank you screen at 10:30 and I didn't end up leaving until after midnight. Why YouTube gaming back? That was a special time. I feel like we lost whatever the community that made up that thing. There's still some around, don't get me wrong, but it seems like a lot of people sort of dispersed. Even I dispersed. I never went to another platform. I just sort of stopped being super like engaged in the streaming community in general. If we all go to bed, we're raiding our beds. There we go. I haven't done a singing stream probably 2 years. I can't remember the last time. I think it was when I lived in LA. I don't think I've done one since we moved to Portland. CBG's been streaming lately a little bit. He streamed last week. I can't remember what he was playing. He was playing racing games. I think he got like a bunch of Codemasters games like Grid and Dirt, new stream and that stuff. So I still check out Brad. No. Well, Brad, I would check out, except he's got like internet issues so he can't live stream. So he's making up for it by putting out a whole ton of VOD content. I'll get to sing next week. Oh, birthday's coming up. Wait, do I have to sing, or can we just do the I still have this? This one goes out to Nick C, who said he had to have this in his life. Thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around, and he was dignified. So, Nick, does that one recording, does that not a substitute for never singing again? I've got a few things that I just added into my regular OBS setup. And whenever I set up OBS for a new game, for a new scene collection, I'll just take the snowball of what I've already set up for my streams and just change the Just change like the background videos and the title and all that stuff. You watch his baseball VODs pretty religiously. Well, that's why I started playing. That's why I bought Super Mega Baseball 3 and started playing it, is because I was watching Brad play it and he made it look like a lot of fun. And then I'll be honest, I enjoyed it quite a bit, but not the type of game that I'm just gonna play all the time, the way that some people would. But I enjoy it quite a bit. I can play the video instead of live singing. Oh my gosh, well, yeah, he did. When he was showing me, because I played a little bit of Factorio. A little bit is a euphemism, but when I got into Factorio a couple years ago, and I only streamed it once, I think, to just give a little tour like what I built. I don't think I ever played tutorial on stream, because it requires too much focus for me to do on a stream. But when I got sucked into it, I think I stopped playing because I was concerned how much time it was sucking up. Like, I would literally start playing and it wouldn't seem like any time had passed at all, and it would be 4 in the morning. I'd be like, holy crap. That's what that other game that I was playing recently, Satisfactory, does that a little bit. Factorio, for some reason, really did it hard. And when I really got sucked into it, the reason I stopped playing wasn't so much that I was tired of it, but it was just because I played it for so long without realizing the time was going by that it scared me. And I almost felt like too much time was just disappearing. And I couldn't justify, even in games, like when I play games, I like to feel like I'm making good use of my time, even for entertainment value. And for some reason, I just was like, oh no, I feel like this is all I've done for 2 weeks. And what happened? It's just like, this was like that. Which, that could be an argument for a game being a very good game. To be able to grip you like that and make time fly like that, the counter argument is that's a sign of a very good game. So I won't say it isn't. But when I saw CPG's Factory and how advanced it was, and how he had like all the advanced controls and template functions, and he would set up these crazy train stations with like 6 trains pulling in at once, hauling things in all different directions. I was like, oh my god, is that what you need to do? Is that what you need to do once you get to a certain point in advancing your factory, is be able to plan that much? I think that just seeing what he did, unless he was doing a complete OCD thing, like his factory could win the game 5 or 50 times an hour with the amount it was producing. I don't know. And you surpass 2,000 hours in Insurgency? Holy shit. Did you have that same feeling where you're like, I don't know where the time, I don't know if I can justify how much time I put into this game. You haven't had that scary time loss experience in a long time. You get sucked into Last of Us 2. Well, see, but The Last of Us 2 and a lot of games like that, though, those games have a beginning and a middle and an end with a reasonable pace. Like, even a longer game with a good story would be maybe considered 30 to 40 hours. And the games that will really wreck you are the ones, and I pay attention to this on Steam. Like, you see a lot of these games like Subnautica and crafting games and Conan Exiles and stuff. And the people that, and Skyrim is one and two. People that like those games, and they've got 1,200 hours. They got, well, Joss, what do you have in? You've got, aren't you someone who's racked up a tremendous quantity of hours in Skyrim? I want to say you're one of the people I know that's like, you're in the 4-digit hours range. But other games can do that. But the thing is with a game like Last of Us 2 is I don't think you're gonna wake up in 6 months and you just kept playing it. I think you get addicted to it, and then but after a week of being like thoroughly addicted into it, you'll be done. Like you finished it. Unless you're someone that plays games over and over again. I don't generally do that. 1,300, okay, on Steam. I'm not sure what my WoW hours would be, Maxi. I know I played a lot of WoW from 2004 to about 2009 or 2010. It was the game, probably my most played game. But I'm not sure how long it would be all told. And since then, it's like probably once a year I get into it for a month or two. Sometimes I think I'll get into it and I'll sub and I'll just play for a weekend or something and I'll be like, eh. But I haven't been in that. I think last year for a little while when Classic came out, I got sucked into that a little bit more than I had in WoW for a while. But then I got tired of, there were too many people and it was too hard. There was too much competition to do quest mobs. I think I got as far as, like I was doing Red Ridge. Yeah, it shows per character instead of per account. I don't even know what would be on per, because I've got alt spread across multiple servers. I have 3 servers that are just pretty much filled with characters on WoW. And then a bunch of other servers where I started like seeding new, like, oh, I'm gonna make this be my server where I do this. Yeah, well, Nick wasn't that my fault? Didn't I give you a $14.99 Blizzard credit within about 2 weeks of Classic being released for your birthday? I want to say I got blamed for that. Oh, you started playing WoW again. I recently thought about WoW. I hadn't, well, you see, going back to Skyrim, I haven't really been into Skyrim for, like, when I was really playing Skyrim before, it was probably 2017, wasn't it? I want to say it was 2017 is when I had, like, I was playing Skyrim and I was playing Fallout 4 and I was switching between them and I was playing them all the time and I was super into them. That was the last time I was into, like, a super Bethesda thing. And I've left a whole bunch of shit behind. Like, I feel bad, and it makes me start thinking, like, part of, as I get older, there's a part of me that maybe is getting a little worn out on games, because it's harder for me to get engaged, but when I find a game that I'm into, it's like, bam, I'm still into it. Like Green Hell. When I got Green Hell a month or two ago, and I started playing that, I got completely sucked into that game. Until I played the hell out of it and I got to the bad ending. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll play some more. But it did end. And then I was like, maybe I'll play some more and see if I can do the good ending. And I actually looked up a guide on what you needed to do to achieve the good ending. And I started trying to do it. And then at a certain point I was like, this is going to be a lot of work. Like, I'm just not that interested. I think I'm over it. And then I was like, okay, it's done. Last year for your birthday. That's what I thought. The most fun you've had on WoW is with Nick? Oh, but it's never grabbed you. So you had fun because you're playing with Nick, but that, yeah. No, it was a game that I was fully into. I would say the most I was into it was probably vanilla, because about a year after it came out is when I got accepted to law school. And I still played when I was in law school, but I played a lot less. So that kind of addictive behavior thing that I might have been more developing before I was in law school, I couldn't maintain. So, but it was probably, while I was in law school, it was probably my most frequent pastime was playing World of Warcraft. That's what I did the most with my when my brain couldn't study anymore was World of Warcraft. Well, I played a lot during all the expansions. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't play a lot, but I didn't play to that extent of like, holy shit, I played 40 hours this week or something. So, and I think like Green Hell was the last game I can think of that I got so into that when I looked at like what you've been playing lately on Steam, after about a week, a little over a week, I had 40 hours. And that's a full-time job's worth of work. I was like, holy crap, I must have played like one weekend, the whole weekend. Just binged it all day. Goldshire being weirdly horny and classic. No space goats? Balcio! Like that? That's just on certain special RP servers, isn't it? Excuse me. Alright, we're edging towards 11 o'clock. I think I'm gonna wrap it up, folks. I need to eat something. My ambition is to have the stream shut down. I think I'm gonna make some ramen. And I want to have made and consume my ramen and be ready to be in bed before midnight. And if I get off the stream right now, I can make that target of being in bed like at or like right up against midnight. Balcio! I work in the cheese shop. Oh, poor Balcio. He get fired. Ah. Oh, those hot dogs. And that's the thing, is I'm so fixated on those hot dogs right now that I'm afraid the nice hamburger dinner that my wife has planned for tomorrow, I'm just gonna be eating those hamburgers thinking, oh god, I wish I was eating Nathan's hot dogs right now. Eating this hamburger is a chore. I'm just doing it to be polite. What I really want are hot dogs. Nathan's hot dogs. Maybe I'll dream of Nathan's hot dogs. And speaking of dreams, the little segue. Need a nice Nathan's wiener. Just settle in the dark. What's that touching your cheek? Is it a Nathan's wiener? Best not to think about it. I'm sure it's nothing. Maxie. And Madros, break in the lurk to say goodnight. All right. I appreciate that, Madros. All right, guys. Just disregard. If you feel anything that feels like creamy hot dogs, rubbing hot, again, never gonna stop. Okay. Just relax. Yeah, I know, Joss. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. Maxie threw fuel in the fire, and then I couldn't resist. Especially once I'm creeping up on the microphone like this, it's hard. It's hard to resist something like that. Wait a minute. Why is it? Oh, it's muted. All right. I was like, what the hell? I guess I muted it at some point. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now, J. Maxie, Noxire, Jossidai, Nixie, AWOL, Madros. Go to sleep. Bad picture of you out there. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. Ding, 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 ding. Nathan's Wieners.